the butterfly dances in the sky. When you want to sing what you like, you've got the good sensation.
SVN does not get enough credit as a network for the many, many organizations and movements that have been spawned here. You know, people talk about business for social responsibility and the big guys. They came out of here. And also the movement for green jobs came out of here. And it was really the first time I had seen people who were on the for-profit side who were as committed or even more committed to real change and deep change than the people on the not-for-profit side. And it totally blew my mind in discovering this whole new way of making change, which is not to just oppose the stuff you don't like, but to start building the stuff that you do. People don't remember, when we got the Green Jobs Act of 2007 passed, who was president in 2007? Who signed that into law? George W. Bush. Let's not forget that we had Nancy Pelosi and George Bush agreeing on one issue in the entire year 2007. That was this issue that was born here at Green Jobs, all right? Here's what we have to understand as a movement. Change is harder than hope. Change is harder than hope. You know this in your personal life, you know? The country was in despair for 8 years as far as I'm concerned. And then we had a moment of hope. We voted our hopes. And then we tried to get to change. And the change was hard. But change, that's true in your personal life, right? Here's the only time you're in danger. If you go from despair to hope, and then you try to get to the change, and then you just give up and go all the way back to despair. Right? Because from despair, nothing's possible. Right? If you can keep the hope, right, even when it's tough, right, you maintain the possibility of change. And that's where we are now as a movement. Because the successes, and we've all had successes, give you your confidence, but it's your setbacks that give you your character. And this is a character-building moment for this movement. This is a gut-check time for this movement. This is when, if you had a kid that was acting like this movement, you'd sit him down, you put him in timeout, you'd say, come on. You thought it was going to be easy? You thought you were going to walk over everybody? You thought every day was going to be like your best day? That's not how the world works, kid. And I want you to get back up. I want you to get back out there. I want you to do the very best that you can, even though you're down now, even though it's tough now. It was never, yes, he can. That was not the movement that we built. The movement we built was, yes, we can, right? Yes, we can. And we've all got to look back at the past 2 years and ask what happened to the we. But it wasn't that long ago that we actually did something pretty remarkable. The question is, do we accept that that was a great exception or the great example for this country? Did this beautiful pro-democracy movement that we created, that can imagine an economy that's good for people and the planet, that can imagine that our diversity is not a problem, but the solution? Know that that's having the genius of all peoples and all faiths in one country gives us the edge that we need to help solve the world's problems, because we have all the world's peoples here, and we're the only country like that. Is the genius of America the solution or the problem? There's a movement that you built that says, oh, that diversity is the solution. That says, yeah, we can grow the economy. We can have high economic performance, but high environmental performance, high consumer performance, high labor performance as well, because that's the kind of people that we are. Is that movement now that did everything right from 2003 to 2008, going to let some people screaming on television, psych them out, and sit them down? Or are we going to be the people we were born to be? I learned something out of that oil spill that it gives me hope. One small act, based on greed, created this incredible, catastrophic, horrific outcome. That's the bad news. Here's the good news. In a symmetrical universe, that means one small act based on love can have equally unpredictable, equally nonlinear, equally irrational, positive outcomes, right? Which means you have no idea how much good you can do. People don't understand, for instance, how well we're doing on the green economy side, by the way. Let me just give you just a couple of data points to have in your arsenal when people start talking about how the stimulus didn't work and all this stuff is, green jobs is just, some BS like sound bites. Take this back to your friends and colleagues. We have in America right now 80,000 coal miners, okay? They are America's heroes. Get that straight. They risk their lives, their lungs, their communities to go down and to keep powering America the same way. We're asking them to blow up their grandmother's mountains to scrape the coal out, mountaintop removal. These are America's heroes. There are 80,000 of them powering America in the old way. Because of President Obama's policies, we also have 80,000 workers in the wind industry right now. There are 46,000 jobs that are supported by the solar industry right now. So now, I'm not going to tell you about smart batteries, smart grid, biofuels, or whatever, but just on energy alone, the green economy against gravity with this economy, with Congress missing in action, is already outgrowing the number of jobs being created in the old, dirty, polluting section. Nobody will tell you that. There are 3,600 renewable energy projects that are moving forward now that would have been dead in the water, that are moving forward right now in 46 states plus DC. So it's not just blue states, not California and Massachusetts. 3,600 renewable energy enterprises that are moving forward and blossoming in America because of our tax policies. We have a chorus of voices. Some of them are in this room, right, that can inspire the country. We have to build a platform for them to be able to do so. We haven't done that yet. And we have the ability to affiliate people who care and who share heart values across issue lines. How do you know that? The Tea Party just did that. They ain't got a president. They aren't doing that for campaign purposes. Across all these micro issues on the right, they went down to principles, liberty, right? The America that we love. And based on that, arguing for principle and values, they were able to unite. We're up here talking about policies and compromises and Senate subcommittees. But we aren't talking about the love that we have. We're not talking from a heart place anymore. So if we go back to what was working for us, the love that we have, the vision that we have, right, and elevate the voices, I think you'll be shocked at how well we can do. I am not concerned about the rise of hatred in this country, even as one of the main victims of it. I'm just not concerned about it. Because it's just not who America is. It's just not who we are as a country. It was not the rise of the politics of hatred that gave us the outcome. It was the collapse of the politics of hope. What you're trying to do is not about left versus right. It's really about the past versus the future. And that always works in American politics. When you listen to what you guys are calling for and what you're trying to achieve, you're trying to fix America, you're trying to fix the world, but you're not asking for more welfare. I'm not asking for more welfare. You're asking for more work, for more opportunities for people to work. You're not asking for more entitlement programs. You're trying to figure out a way to have more enterprise. Right? You're not asking for the redistribution of wealth. You're saying, can we get the rules right so we can create some new wealth? Now, that's not left or right. That's past versus the future. And if you stand in that, and you're proud in that, and you recognize that it doesn't sell itself, you actually have to not just sell the product, but you also have to sell the values that underlie the products. That's our next big challenge. And let that influence both the economy and politics. I guarantee you, as frustrated as everybody is right now, I've been a part of this community for a very long time. In a couple of years, I'll come in here and everybody's going to be smiling again. It's good to see your smiling faces this morning. I'm glad to be a part of the community.